Well, good morning. Good morning and welcome to another Rise and Shine, but really it's not just another one. We have some new things for you today, so hang in there. And I can see by scanning your smiling faces that you are indeed risen and you're shining pretty well, and that's why we serve that coffee right away. So hi again, my name is Barry Morrow, and I've been your MC for a few years now, but today I have a confession. I wrote my heart out preparing this speech today. I worked so hard. I toiled. Toiled would be the word, I guess. And if I'm being honest, and I kind of have to be, there's so many priests here today. It was a masterpiece. It really, really, really was. But that's when I remembered. How could I forget? I am a member of the Writers Guild of America, and we're on strike. Now, I can afford maybe another minute or two here, and I'm afraid it's going to have to be off the cuff, and so no recordings, please. So here goes. And I do have to shift here because going to Ghana and seeing this school growing in Ghana and seeing the students and seeing the light in their eyes changed my life. And I can speak for my wife, Bev, as well. But so did Mary Lynn and Warren Staley. And here words kind of fail. I guess I'm just going to have to, hey, my time's up. All right, I'm going to have to pass this baton, torch, whatever you want to call it. And I'll just leave you with this final magic word. Akwaba. Take it away, Allison.
Akwaba. Welcome, and welcome you are. The coffee's poured, you are up, and you're here early. Thank you. Thank you for coming from Chicago, from Jordan, from California. Bev, Barry, being here at 5:30 a.m., probably earlier your time. I am wearing a gift from our friends in Ghana, and I invite you to do the same with the bracelets that are on your table. They are gifts for you made from our students at OLOG and sent as a thank you and a blessing to you. Thank you for being here today as we celebrate how we are walking together as we write our life stories. Our story began with our friends in Montpontang inviting us to walk with them, and the Eastbergs saying yes, Father Bob Schwartz saying yes, Mary Lynn and Warren Staley saying yes, and Hubert Apana's mother saying yes.
Kokwe juma di tenye izi tenyo bla. Me sole tre. O na die etere bi kura etimi bo be 10 kura na me nae. Ye chinkate ye ka ho. Ye kusi ka ho. Ye eyi ka ho ntibi wo ha bi wa na me ti abonte na me chinkate.
Nkran ho donti ne ma ofa enema be yim nyina mu.
Efese de me si brana kan pesen kola ni timi ko school du achire. kakra ntimi de bia ya na metu wo mu fo sɛ adwuma we kura ntimi am wo bia ebia wo wie school SS na wo obi a emfaso de me hyɛden emfaso ne nto na ayɛ ne ma no obi de bla me na me ya na matete bi ato hɔ de me ya ba na matete bi ama me ma no.
A lady told my mom that our church has opened a new school and they are now admitting students. And if I am to send, she is to send her word to the SHS, who is the one to go and study at that school. And when my mom make her man, nothing can really change it because she is rigid. His decisions are usually final, so you have to just take it. So it was for me to either take it or leave it. To go to the Olagis, take it or leave it. Rather you go or you just stay at home and wonder what you do with your life.
Who go school do you say?
Ma go school.
Cry. Na fie nsɛm anaasɛ wana na mbɛsɛ wobɛkɔ.
Yɛbɛtena a yɛkɔ school me papa kuma baako sɛ ɛma de yɛma mo nkɔ school na ɔmo yɛ saa na ɔmo ama yɛnkɔ na agya yɛn nyinaa bɛtena fie.
I never imagined I could even get a chance to go to university since I am from a poor background of family which I don't have the much opportunity to go to university. So I would say that this is the work of the Almighty God. He planned it for me and He has made everything possible. So I feel great and happy to gain admission to SS University.
We met Hubert at our first Rise and Shine breakfast, and it was there that so many of you also said yes to being a part of this story. These are the two communities that are walking together as we write our life stories. Father Kevin, may I please invite you to bless us in this walk together and bless the meal that we are about to share.
Considering we have Mass at 6:15, this is nothing. It's great to be here with all of you. So we're about education here. We learned one word in a tree, aquaba, and I want to teach us another word, and it's ye da mo asi. Did I say that right, Father Dominic? Ye da mo asi. So ye da, actually it's do. Ye do mo asi. It means we give you thanks. Ye da mo asi. Yeda Moasi. We give you thanks for the food before us. We give you thanks for the mission together. We give you thanks for our relationships with Our Lady of Grace Catholic High School in Ghana. We thank you for the mission we have here today to support that. We give you thanks for the students of OLAG. We give you thanks for they have a place to learn. We give you thanks that they have a place to learn that is safe. We give you thanks that they have a place where they can be alive in faith and love. We give you thanks for people of magnanimity. We give you thanks for Father Sylvester with a great vision. We give you thanks for Father Bob, who said yes. We give you thanks for Father Sylvester, who studied here and is their headmaster. We give you thanks for the students, for the Aseshi Nation, for the benefactors, and all who have gathered here today. We give you thanks. Yeda Mo Asi. Enjoy your breakfast.
This breakfast that you're still enjoying, absolutely delicious. I want to thank everybody here at the Marriott for their hard work and for being here early with smiles on your faces. You guys are incredible. The breakfast is delicious and almost as good as the company that we keep in this room. I'd like to thank all of our table captains and sponsors, they're listed in the back of your program, for filling the seats with you fabulous people. Back to our story. Barry, there are 3 fundamental elements in storytelling, right?
Yep, Aristotle said so.
Character, plot, setting. Yes, okay. No, we're going to stick with these 3. Hubert Apana, you met him earlier in the video. An amazing, amazing character. Post-graduation from Olag, Hubert went to Ashesi University on a full-ride MasterCard scholarship. Just this summer, he communicated to me that he is now getting his Master's of Science in Engineering Artificial Intelligence from Carnegie Mellon University in Rwanda, Africa. While he's doing this, he is working remotely as a hybrid software developer. He also told me that he wants to work with us on setting up a website and donation platform for college scholarships for Olag graduates. I think that's clapworthy. In addition to Hubert, there are another 1,728 brilliant characters in the story. They are the graduates from Our Lady of Grace High School in Ghana. All of this is made possible because of you, gifting much-needed financial assistance through Rise and Shine. The setting. This year, we are celebrating 10 years of Olag. Right? Another clapworthy, yes. It is a remarkable setting and one that students have described to me as a place where they feel safe and at home. Students shared with me that they can focus on studies without worrying about their basic needs being met. It's very common for Olag graduates to return to Olag on their breaks from college to visit, volunteer, and help teach. And I think that speaks volumes. The plot. On your table, you'll see a copy of the book, I Will Always Write Back. Some of you have read it. Some of you have skimmed it. Some of you have read it twice. And maybe you're planning on reading it, which I highly recommend you do. It is a beautiful story of a young girl and her pen pal relationship with a boy in Africa. Through their exchanges, she learns of how the education system there differs. She also realizes the immense value of the meager babysitting earnings she sends over to him, providing a lifeline to secured food for him and his family. Their relationship and the story richens, and a dream of attaining education becomes real. In a few moments, we will learn more about a recent Olag graduate, Jennifer. She is currently attending UMary in North Dakota, majoring in biochemistry. Jennifer offers her reflections on this book. What resonated with me the most, and I Will Always Write Back, was the theme of resilience, the power of human connection, the impact it can have on our lives, reminding us that even in the face of adversity, we can find strength and support in the relationships we build. I too took up odd jobs, sold goods, and did whatever I needed to after the loss of my parents at a very young age. The support system in the US that Martin had in his life was truly remarkable. Just like him, I am grateful for the people who have been there for me during challenging times, especially Our Lady of Grace Senior High School in Ghana and those who have supported me through the Rise and Shine scholarship offering. Joining us today to share more of the life stories being written in Ghana are my friends Corey LaCroix and Father Benjamin Atobra. Corey is the co-founder of the Storydram podcast and associate for mission at Our Lady of Grace Church. He also has a crazy, contagious laugh. Father Benjamin is currently chaplain at Holy Family High School in Victoria. He's also teaching there. And he has a crazy, contagious smile. And as former chaplain at Olag, he is truly the holder of all the stories of the current 1,729 graduates of Olag. Please welcome Corey and Father Ben.
Is the mic working here? I got to be honest, I had a nightmare last night about me carrying the chair up on the stage and totally just biffing it. What a privilege it is to be here with you and to welcome you, Father Ben, here to the Rise and Shine breakfast.
Thank you.
I have a crazy question off the bat for you. So we're in the airport in Washington, D.C. when we're returning from Ghana last summer. And it's you, a couple students, and I, like, as a little husky boy, I might say, think, like, what is, like, the one thing I want to give my friends from Ghana here at the airport, like, now that we're here? And I think to myself, a warm, juicy donut, right? And so, Father Ben, what did you think of that donut?
That was good.
It was good. Well, Timothy, one of the students that was with us, he said, Corey, it tastes like
heaven.
Heaven. Yeah. It's such a privilege to have you here today, Father Ben. I got another wild question for you. You ready?
Yeah.
Did you ever get in trouble as a student?
Oh. Well, I think I got one. I ate a senior's food.
You ate a senior's food?
Yeah. And then he had to beat me for that.
They had to beat you for that? Oh, okay. Not what I was expecting. I mean, wow, okay, let's just keep going. I'm kind of surprised. Father Ben, it's such a privilege to have you here today, here at Rise and Shine. Many of us have had this opportunity to read this book, I Will Always Write Back. Recounting the story between two middle school pen pals, Caitlin and Martin. Martin in Zimbabwe, Caitlin, a U.S. girl here in the United States. A friendship that was struck up, and this realization of, like, how life is different here in the United States from a developing nation. I'm curious, how did that book impact you? Was there anything that really resonated with you?
Okay. When I was reading the book, there was a part that really touched me because it also reminded me of my story. I also come from a village, and then that time, and we didn't have so many of us going to the high school. So some of us were like aspiring for certain things, and I wanted to also to go to the high school. I wanted to be a priest, so I had that in mind. Now, reading the book, I find Martin saying that he wanted to go to university, any US university. And then somebody asked him to then go to the Marist Brothers Day School. That would help him to be able to get easy access to the universities in the US. But he didn't have the money. Then he had to go and borrow money to be able to do that. Now, in my case, I also wanted to be a priest, and I went to write entrance exams. The results came, and then I was just there, how to go to school. So I had some nuns in my hometown, and then they were also very good. So one of them asked me, when are you going to school? So I said, I don't know.
And why did you say I don't know?
Because there was no money to go and pay.
Okay, so you took the exams to go to school, and not really knowing, will I even have that opportunity to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she decided to take it up, to talk to some friends whom I never got to know, and they decided also to support me.
Wow.
To pay for me to go to school.
And when we say school, are we talking high school or college?
It's a high school.
So this is
so
just a
minor
high
seminary.
School. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I got a chance to go to school, and they paid for me throughout my stay there.
Wow.
So the only thing I had to do was just to get my results every term, take to the sister, and then she would send to those people.
Wow.
That's all that I had to do. Then afterwards, I just wrote a letter just with my name, and then she handed it over to the person. So what I had to do was only to pray for the person.
Wow.
Nice.
That's absolutely incredible, Father Ben. I'm just reminded of the many generous people from this Rise and Shine breakfast who over the years might never know an individual face that they're impacting. There's some students on the tables that you might take a peek at. But here you were, maybe not knowing or the benefactors who made it possible for you to go to school. Father, you're in a unique position at OLOG as a chaplain, as a counselor, but also as the interface between the Rise and Shine Scholarship and the students of OLOG and those families who are in need. Can you speak to that a little bit? What is that experience like, hearing those stories from these families?
That was a kind of great experience, being there in the school, meeting parents, meeting students, every year, I receive a lot of letters from parents and then also from students asking for some kind of support.
Yeah.
So I had to meet them, discuss with them, kind of interview, and find out what's happening. There were some students who came to share their stories, and they were so touching. There were some parents who came to me and asking me for assistance. And some of them literally were crying. Some of them will be talking, and then you will find them just kneeling down, actually begging to get this kind of assistance. Wow. There were certain situations where some parents would come and they would tell me their story, give me some kind of proofs. Either the husband is sick, they have to pay medical bills. Some of them were even sent out of their homes, and they would say, if you don't do it, we have to take our child from this school.
Wow.
I had these kind of experiences. I met students who also came to me sharing their stories, and then they would tell me, Father, next term, I may not come to school again. Then I'll ask why, and then they will say, my mom said she cannot pay the school fees again. So we have to come in and then offer some kind of support. Wow. There are certain times that I got to know the stories of some people, the way people were talking, and then some of them even crying. I had to leave my office for some time, and certain occasions I had to go to my house, pretending, oh, I'm coming, just to go to my chapel and also weep for some time. Cry over the stories, wipe my tears so that they don't see that. Then I'll come back there and sit down, smile with them, and then try to offer some kind of support.
That's so powerful, Father. I have a number here that says 925 students have received financial, is that 925? Yes, 975 students out of the 1,729 students have attended the high school have received some kind of financial assistance from this Rise and Shine scholarship. I've actually had the opportunity to be in your chapel at OLOG. It's just simple, humble room, a cross, a tabernacle, and just hearing your story now, all the many people and families, the pain, but also the possibility, the hope that they come to you with, and to know that that impacts you so deeply that you need to go and kind of process that. Sure. Just to be in that sacred spot where all right, God, how do we help these students and these families? I know we heard a little bit about one student in particular, Jennifer, and the impact that OLOG has had upon her. Could you share a little bit more of her story with us?
Okay. So one day I was there in my office, and the student came there, and then she said, Father, there is one girl here. I think she needs help. Can you talk to her?
These are friends of Jennifer.
Not really a friend.
Okay.
But then this is somebody who has observed her in the school.
Okay. So some students are coming to you saying,
yes, some students do that.
Help, Father. Okay.
Yeah, they do that. Sometimes some students recommend their own friends. They come to me and talk to me about their friends.
Wow, yeah.
Sometimes some teachers also do the same. They come to me and tell me, I've seen that this student comes to school and there's this and that. So talk to the person. So that happens. So this time, she said, I've seen that she needs help. Can you help? And say, what kind of help? Then she said that, I think she needs some kind of financial help. I said, okay. Then I got the name. I had already spoken with Jennifer, but on a different grounds. That was in academics. She's a very good student. And she was just intelligent. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I had that kind of interaction with her, but I didn't know her story. So I called her, then I began interacting with her. Then from the interactions, I got to know that she stays with a grandparent who is about 100 years, a little above 100 years, because the parents, all of them were dead, or are dead.
Both of her parents passed away.
Yes, both of them.
Living with her, okay.
Yeah, so living with that grandparent. So she had to find a way to survive. Now, she sat by television, and then she saw the advert of OLAG.
So she sees an advertisement for this high school on television. Wow.
She was actually out of school for a year, but because she didn't get money to go to school, she was just there.
Yeah. So she's 13 years old.
That
No,
time she was
mo-
about 14. or
14,
something.
her mom and
Yeah.
dad have passed away.
Yeah.
She's not going to high school because there's no financial means
Yeah.
to do so. She sees an advertisement for OLAG.
Then she saw that we were offering some kind of scholarship. So students who got aggregate, like single grades, were not going to pay for admission.
That's a good score, a
Yeah.
single grade.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a good score. So she took advantage of that and applied because she had a single grade.
Yeah.
Then when she applied, she didn't pay anything. So the money that she had put together within the few years after the parents passed away, she used that to buy some few things that she needed for school. And then there was one man in the village who also supported her a little. Then she came to school. So she came to school by herself.
Wow.
Then I realized that even during vacation, the first vacations there, when she was about to go home, she didn't get transportation because her village is quite far away from the school.
Like how far?
I drove 12 hours to
12
go
hours.
there.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, so she taking a passenger car, a bus to come, would be more than that.
On her own.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was this kind of thing happening. Now, somebody, a friend, had to pay for her transportation to go home. Then when she went home during that vacation, she needed to help somebody to sell things to get paid, let me say about $1 a day.
Wow.
And then she would put them together to buy her things to come to school the following term.
Wow. So she's working to finance her own education
Yeah.
as a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah. So I was touched by the story, and then I decided to follow it up.
Yeah.
So I had to go to the village, as I said, driving about 12 hours to get there to find out if whatever she said was true. Then getting there, I saw that it was even worse than what she said.
It was even worse.
Yes, and we will see her video where she lived. She lived in a village, no light, no electricity, like nothing.
Yeah.
They find it even difficult to get food to eat. There's nothing there. So coming back, I spoke with her and I asked her something. I asked her a question. So Jennifer, what do you want me to do for you? Then she said something that touched me. She said, I want a family and I want a home to live in. Because before this time, she was just living, like moving up and down, staying with friends, just trying to do certain things to survive. So I told her, I'll give you a family and I'll give you a home to live in. So I spoke with the family, asking them if they would allow that. And then they said yes. So from that time, we found a place for Jennifer to live in to continue her education in OLAG. And now we have Jennifer in the United States studying at UMary, Bismarck.
Wow. Praise the Lord. You know, of all the things that she could have said to you, I'm just impressed upon my heart, a family. You know, it's not an education, it's not a possibility of the future, just that fundamental human desire and human need to be connected to others. And I know that Jennifer's just one of hundreds who've had the same experience of family at OLAC. Yeah, Father, I know that you don't need thanks, but just thank you for being that interface, that point of connection. Father, how have these stories and these students affected your life?
Well, I have heard many stories, and I have a lot of stories like that of Jennifer. There are a lot of them like that. And these things have made me humble. It has humbled me. It has made me to kind of reflect more. It has actually made me more prayerful. And then it has really let me say, make me more looking at how people live their lives. Then the conclusion is that people have stories. People have issues. Until they talk about it, you wouldn't know. Yeah. So it has helped me to know at least some kind of level, fake smiles, and then those who are really smiling well. Because there are so many people you meet there, they have troubles, but they will smile. But within them, they are dying.
Wow.
And I saw that from a lot of the students. They are out there in the classrooms, studying, moving up and down, going to the dining hall to eat, but they were dying within. So these have taught me a lot.
Wow, thank you. Father Ben, you help our stories come together. You know, the stories of those who are gathered here in this room, and the stories of the thousands of students who have gone through OLAG and who will come in the future. You help our stories like intertwine. I think it can be a feeling, I think of Mother Teresa, she says, often it can feel like, you know, we can do so little. Like what we do is just like a drop in an ocean. You know, like how can I even make a difference? But then she says, but without that one drop, the ocean would be less. You know, you might put a drop in the ocean, you might make a commitment to the students of OLAC today, and you might not see the ripple effect. But through Father Ben, your stories today, you're helping us to see it's not just one life that we might be impacting, but we're impacting a family, a community, a country. Thank you so much for being with us today, Father Ben.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I want to thank God.
We got to hear a little bit about Jennifer's story from Father Ben, and I'm so excited to share that we get to hear a little bit more this morning. You can turn your attention to the screens.
If you want to make someone successful, it's education. It's not always from the background you come from that determines your future. We should forget about our background. We should forget that we are from little or humble beginnings, because humble beginnings can also bring a big change in Ghana.
As a priest, I've made several important life decisions based on the gifts I've received and what I'm called to do with them. Being here at this modern church and school was one of them. And now I'm making another decision to step out and broaden my horizons, to travel to Ghana and learn about education in a country new to me. I was once told that education is the ultimate leveler. It's a gift that creates opportunities for children regardless of their backgrounds, with these opportunities proving to have a ripple effect on the greater community. But as a people person, I want to experience this firsthand from the teachers and students of Ghana. As we approach the capital of Accra, I see through the plane's window a large lake in the distance and red lines in all directions. Must be the red clay roads I've heard about connecting the country. I wonder if the boundary areas I see are similar to the pictures of where the school took root 12 years ago. They named it Our Lady of Grace Senior High School, but in the local language of Twi, Olag is the familiar term. I experienced the bustle of the capital, feeling firsthand the juxtaposition of people looking for a way up or a way out. As we travel from Accra to the smaller town of Mamponteng, where Olag sits, I discover that I'm right about the red dirt roads. What I didn't see from the air were the deep potholes, challenging the toughest of four-wheelers and every muscle in my core as I try to keep from being tossed around. Traveling along these roads opens my eyes to the local infrastructure. I see Ghana's desire to get the whole country educated as we pass the multitude of buildings that serve as schools. But what I also see is the harsh reality that those classrooms are overcrowded with students hungry for education. It's clear more schools are needed, with every school needing more financial aid to be equipped with facilities. It's a stark contrast to what I experience when I arrive at the campus of Olag. And it's here I feel the full weight of the impact the Rise and Shine Scholarship has on the people of Ghana.
I went to a government school. As for that place, the learning was too slow for me. And so I told my sister that she should change the school for me. And all of a sudden, he said they have a nice school, a great school, the teachers are good.
You said that you're on the Rise and Shine Scholarship?
Yes, please.
Could you talk a little bit about how the Rise and Shine Scholarship has helped you?
The scholarship has helped me a lot because my mother, she don't have that money to pay. And as for my father too, she don't care. He don't care about us, so the school will give the money to me to go and buy. And it's really helped me and my mother a lot. I appreciate it.
Before I came here, I did well in my junior high, and so I got a scholarship right from the beginning. And I had to work hard so that I could maintain it and continue schooling here. It's a wonderful school and I wouldn't lose anything for it. So I really did my best so that I could stay on the scholarship and complete my studies. My parents especially would like to use me as a means to say a very big thank you to the Rise and Shine and to the Staleys for all they've done for us. So I'm really grateful and I promise to make you guys proud. Thank you so much.
It's been 10 years since OLOG first opened its doors, welcoming students across Ghana. While I'm here, I can't help but feel an overwhelming energy as I take in the miracle behind the gated walls. This state-of-the-art facility is a bustling campus, housing 850 students for 10 months a year. Students live in spacious dorms, attend furnished classrooms equipped with laptops in every room, and study in ICT labs and various resource centers. But what really impacted me the most was how attentive the teachers are to each individual student. It's clear they want every student to succeed. And succeed they have. In its 10-year history, OLOG has proven that this personal approach to education creates an environment where students are equipped with not only knowledge and skills, but attitudes for self-empowerment. I've had the great opportunity to meet a handful of these students. Students like Joseph, who is in the esteemed Notre Dame Students on Campus experience. Joyce, who's studying English to become a teacher. Timothy, who aspires to build a mental health clinic that supports his community, and Seedolf, who dreams of establishing an orphanage. But behind all these successes is unimaginable hardships. Take Jennifer, a former student of OLOG who's motivated by her past to become the doctor her father never had. He lost his battle to heart disease, with no hospitals in his hometown to care for him, and the last doctor he saw unwilling to save him due to their lack of money. Now, Jennifer has completed her studies at OLOG and is in university to become a cardiologist, with ambitions of opening a hospital in her hometown. Okay, so in 10 years from now, picture yourself and you're a cardiologist.
Yeah.
How do you want to use that to help people?
Yeah, I lost my mom maternally, so I stayed with my dad. I'm a victim of a child who suffered this kind of medical condition. I lost my father because he was suffering from heart disease. I knew growing up with a dad wasn't an easy thing, and me realizing same people pass through what I passed through, I don't want it that way. So knowing that I'm moving to a new phase of life to pursue what I want to do, study medicine, become that medical doctor I want to become.
I was humbled to hear every student's story and learn from their families how far they've personally grown because of their experience at OLOG. I couldn't help but feel like this high school was more like a university, not only educating them, but preparing them to live their future in service to humankind as leaders of their communities.
Even if I go to home and they ask me, what school do you attend? I say, OLOG. Even some people call the school like university. They say the school is university.
And the environment, so cozy, nice. I love the classes, lessons, everything. I love going to the dining. I was even given a nickname. I was very punctual because the food is amazing. It has always been amazing as compared to my former school.
And the games we do, the environment, it has so many facilities. You can play anything you want. I love everything here, every aspect.
The teachers have been really good in helping us know how life is going to be after senior high school. They didn't only focus on what's the theory, but they actually prepped us for the future. So I'm really prepared for life outside school. So I would like to go out of my way to do same and be a ripple of change, to give back to society what I got from them.
But beyond the academia and extracurriculars, there's an even greater benefit to the students at OLOG, and that's family. And it's with this OLOG family that they find their self-worth, a higher purpose, and a calling to pay it forward to build a brighter future for their country.
OLAG is not just a school we are to leave after completing, but we should always remember that it's also a family. We build a family here, and for my colleagues and I'm sure they also feel the same way about OLAG, that even living here, you still have in mind your school, your alma mater, how its beauty, its glory, the things we go through. We should always keep in mind that our success also is tied up here, and we should be grateful. And wherever we find ourselves, we should always prove ourselves worthy to, and we also try to do things that will help benefit others.
So I call on you today. What can you do to be that small droplet that causes a ripple effect of change?
Well, I hope you all enjoyed my feature film debut. Barry, should I be expecting a call from the Academy, or there's an email, or how do they normally reach out? Okay, all right. Well, thank you very much. I'm honored to be here with Chris Staley. And Chris, do you remember who the first person that I met when I got to Ghana was?
Yeah, we landed probably around midnight or so. I was supposed to meet a driver. I didn't know there was someone else there. Get on the ground, get in this old bus, and sure enough, you pop in the other side. We rose back, pretty tired, didn't say much. Next morning, woke up and realized, oh, we're both going to the same place, and introduced ourselves.
I remember asking Chris, like, so do you know Mary Lynn, or how did you get connected with this? He said, yeah, I know her a little bit.
So then, we spent about 3 days looking around the school. Tim Bear, who makes the video every year, who you just saw here, we sat down and said, well, how can we bring this experience of the school back? And so this is when we chatted about the school, and I asked you, what have been your observations here? What do you take away? And how do we bring that to the group? So kind of what are some of the feelings you had when you got there?
I'd say the biggest, most powerful thing that I felt when I was there is we're here at this school supporting these kids, but all of them said, I want to do something so that I can help OLOG grow, so I can help the students coming after me, so that I can help my hometown. We heard Jennifer's story, how she lost her father to a heart disease, and now her dream is to become a heart doctor back in her hometown like her dad never had. So it's this beautiful thing. What was your favorite part, Chris?
I think being there, gone a number of times, it's always seeing it through someone else's eyes the first time, I think it's so important, because you can never see that again the first time, right? And I think today we heard about the story of Jennifer. And what you realize is that it's so touching, that one story. But there's so many people like Jennifer that really need help. And I think today we're here to do that. I think, in the middle of the table, this is our chance to really, the opportunity to improve someone's life. I think this is the opportunity to really give possibility, provide hope. But a lot of these students really need family. And I think that's what you heard in the video. This is not just a school, this is a family. And so today, I want to ask you guys to think about how can we provide this possibility for more Jennifers. So in the middle of the table, there are pledge cards. And so I'd love you guys to pass those around the table this morning and think about how can we help provide possibility.
And we're grateful today to have so many folks new to our Rise and Shine banquet, to our shared mission here in Ghana. So we're grateful for you being here, and we encourage you especially to think about how you would like to participate in this mission. So
We'll give you some time to fill out those pledge cards, and then I'll come up for a final blessing. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, there we go. Thank you, everyone, for coming out today. Thank you for your desire to be a part of this mission, to be a part of such a great community of young students who want to make their community a better place. So I'll give us a final blessing and we'll end our morning together. Lord, we thank you so much for Our Lady of Grace, for Olag. We thank you for the opportunity that you present us to walk together with our brothers and sisters around the world. We ask your blessing upon our mission over there, the community over there, and all of us over here as we go about the rest of our day, and we continue to seek to walk together. The Lord be with you. May Almighty God bless you, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Go in peace. Thank you for being here, everyone.
Foda